Next up is a guy that we've grown up with in this industry.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
it's been almost 6 years since we first met this
yeah,
dude.
a straight legend of the YouTube game, Flemlo.
Flemlo,
What
dude.
up?
Hey, yo, what's good?
Oh, it's all good, man. It's all good. It's been a long time, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro. I mean, I ain't know I was gonna be zoomed in as much. I should have switched. I should put my other lens on.
You look good. You
Huh?
look good. The funniest story for me of all time was when we were out in Dallas and Karsten said that you were a little person. Like he was like, don't. He goes, look, it's a little weird, but Flemlo's only like 5'1". Like he's
Oh, he
like,
told
'cause
y'all that?
yeah.
he did.
He was just he was messing with me. He's like, yo, because remember back in the day, you used to have your camera from a really high
Yeah,
angle, and you actually
yeah.
looked small. For the chat, if you don't know, Flem, how tall are you?
It's like 6'2.5".
6'2.5". So I'm thinking, like, oh man, Flemlo's gonna be this little guy with a little suitcase. Like, I'm gonna meet him, and like, and then when I meet you, you're like 6'2", like bigger than all of us. And I was like, fuck
Yeah,
you,
bro.
Karsten.
6'2", 245.
Yeah,
Like
fucking asshole.
I get that all the time, bro. Literally at the barbershop, like what's that? Saturday. The barbershop Saturday. I got the same thing, man. I get that constantly.
They thought you were little. Everyone
Yeah,
thinks
everybody
they're
like, man, you a lot bigger than I thought, bro. I was like, yeah, man.
Scooter too. Scooter is actually like your height. Like I was
Scooter
like,
look
holy
tall
shit.
though to me.
He does a little, but he
He's-
looks like he'd be normal height, and then he's 6'2", 6'3".
Oh, he was pretty
Like
down. That's a
I
little
would
taller
pay
than I
money
am.
to see y'all ball. I want to see you take Scooter on one-on-one. You think
Man,
you
I
could
ain't
take
hooped
him?
in a minute, but I think I
Yeah.
probably could Scooter. I'm gonna be honest.
I think you could.
I mean, I don't know. Scooter seems like he's a decent baller.
Pretty
He's
good.
very. Apparently, Scooter talks a lot of shit too. While he's
Scooter
playing.
always
Like,
talks smack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would expect nothing less honestly from Scooter.
right, but very Philip Rivers. Like he's not cussing. Like he's
Oh.
it's like it's just like golly gee willikers, like type shit talk. Like oh you thought that was good? You thought that was good? Like
I be
like
coaching. I'm the type when I play one-on-one, I'm coaching. I'm like, bro, your form was. That's why you smoked that one right there. That was a bad. You shouldn't have took that shot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You gotta get your legs under that.
Yeah,
shot.
that's how I. They call me coaching. I be hooping.
I don't talk any shit. Basketball was invented to torture me. Like, I'm
Same here, dude. Like,
half Jewish, half Asian. Like, no. How many Jewish and Asian ballers do you know in the NBA? Zero.
I mean, you got the Linsanity situation.
Yes.
Back in the day.
Isn't Obi Toppin? Isn't he Israeli?
Is he?
Okay. I don't know.
Yao Ming.
I'm just guessing. Yao Ming.
Yeah, Yao.
That's who we got.
Mm-hmm. I had a couple people.
Wang Zhiji, something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. We don't have many.
Lin.
Yeah. He played like 1 year.
Okay.
So let me ask you, what was this season like? Because you're a massive Bengals fan. Was it a disappointment? Was it
very? It was a very disappointing season, dog. Because the AFC. I'm looking at the AFC like food. It was down. A lot of people was hurt. Teams weren't. The Chiefs was limping, and I'm like, oh my god, this could have been our year. But so we opened the season up, and I said this in training camp, bro. When Burrow, when he first got the injury in training camp, I'm like, well, they're going MVP. Because I'm already knowing he's going to limp through the first month of the season. So I'm like, but we can still get hot. That's what we do every year. We'll get hot late and da-da-da. But then the second he get healthy, we healthy for 3-4 games and then out again. And it's like, damn, at that point, at least Jake Browning gave me something to gave me some excitement. You know what I'm saying? We had a chance to get in the playoff there at the end, but overall, extreme. It felt like a wasted season. I'm gonna be honest. It felt like a wasted season.
Oh, very lost.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
You don't think you got something in Jake Browning, like something like
sure.
trade bait or something? Or
I just think a damn good backup. Like I don't want to trade him. You know what I'm saying? Until, especially not next year. I think coming in, he's already under contract, so he'll back up Burrow next year, and we need that because Burrow has had some injury issues, and it's nice to have that. You got a little bit of security behind him. The problem is Joey got to be healthy at the end of the year, though. Like I need him for the playoff run. Like I need, you know what I'm saying? But we know now if something crazy like that was to happen again and Burrow was to go down in training camp, Jake could step in and he can handle that first month of the season. We can go 2-2. You know what I'm saying? So we know that in hindsight.
I'm going to think, too, especially with this offseason, there are a lot of questions that the Bengals have to answer. Joe Mixon's going to be a free agent. T. Higgins, you have to make a decision on him. The offensive line still has a lot of questions, especially in that Kansas City game. They looked very porous. Yeah. So what would you do if you were the GM of the Bengals for this offseason?
Well, first thing I'd do is, it's a good question, bro. We got to get T. Higgins extended. You know what I'm saying? It's going to make more sense to get him extended than the franchise tag him. We take less of a cap hit, you feel me? And that way we could keep that core together. I would probably move on from my boy Tyler Boyd. And we got to figure out love TB, but it's time to move on. We got to get him closer.
I got to love the Pitt legend, man, but
I love him to death. The issue with TB is at this point in his career, he's that wily veteran that's super reliable. When you talk about TB, you talking about reliable. But man, over the past couple of years, he just had a few plays where it's like, and I get it because he's not as involved in the offense.
That drop against the Titans, I remember that one. Like 3rd and goal, wide open end zone, just dropped it.
He threw a crazy pick on like a reverse. It was like a reverse trick.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one. I'm sitting there like, Zach, what was Zach Wilson thinking with that play? I'm like, dude, what?
Yeah, I don't know.
Zach Taylor, Zach Wilson. I keep.
But like, even he was probably thinking this. Right. He was probably thinking, I'm gonna run this play. I'm gonna give it to Tyler Boyd. If it's not there, my veteran receiver is gonna just get whatever is there. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna throw a pick and force the play to happen. And that's kind of what TB did. But
that's the thing though with those trick plays. Like you take a player and they're really uncomfortable in that element, they're gonna panic. Like they're like, oh, I'm not used to this. I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And
but so if he was like a rookie, I would feel that. But it's like because it's TB, I think that Zach trusted him enough to be like, no. He'll be good. We practiced this a few times. We talked about it. But yeah, we got to get more explosive in the slot. Maybe that guy is on the roster already. We got a couple young receivers I like. But of course, TBA, you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like whoever the best person available is, maybe somebody fall to us. We got to address tight end, like bad. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think Brock Bowers falls to you?
I don't think so. I pray he does, but I don't really think so. I hadn't got super deep into the draft thing just yet because what happens every year, bro, I go into the draft thing, I go scout all these players, I fall in love with them, and they go straight to the Steelers, the Ravens, and the Browns every year. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm not doing it no more. Like we might get like 1 or 2 people I wanted. So I'm gonna wait till we get a little bit closer before I dive in like that.
So I mean, the talk is kind of like Zach Taylor, his first couple years in the league, like he was not liked a lot. And then of course you make the Super Bowl run and Joe Burrow goes and you have a disappointing season. Has the talk died down is the heat still on Zach Taylor? Because to me, a lot of like the Burrow injury situation,
just the O-line situation. I think that's one of them situations where it's like because the narrative was so strong and because that first year when we made the playoff run, the line was terrible. You know what I'm saying? Worst offensive line in Super Bowl history. Facts. The following year, we addressed the line, and the line was actually pretty damn good. But here's what happened, bro. The second we got to the end of the season, so the whole crazy thing of, the Bills game gets canceled. We had to do the coin toss situation.
Yeah, that was so weird.
And so we had to play our starters in week 17 against the Ravens. We wouldn't have had to do that because we would have already had the division. But because we had to play our starters, we got 2 linemen hurt in that game. And then we had to play the Ravens again the next week in the playoffs, and we lost another lineman. So now we down 3 starting old linemen going into the playoff run. So when everybody tuned into the Bengals for the first time in the year, line still ass. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, they didn't address the line at all. But it's like we did, but it didn't work out. You know what I'm saying? Due to injury. So that game we lost AFC Championship last year. We lost to the Chiefs, man. Nobody talks about this, but we was down 3 of our starting offensive linemen, and we obviously ain't a team with a bunch of O-line depth. We had just filled them spots in, you know what I'm saying? So that killed us. That really did kill us. As far as Zach Taylor, bro, I like Zach Taylor from jump. Now, here's the thing. I said my grade for him was a C. He was a C coach. What I liked about him was I liked him as a person. I felt like the locker room really bought into him. I felt like the city bought into him. And I felt like he was like a good dude. He worked hard. And I could see him improving every year. I think he's one of the best coaches in the league as far as adapting. This dude be changing the playbook, bro, like a month into the season, and then we'll take off. My issue is like I wish we could start a little stronger, Zach. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I like Zach, man. I think he is the guy, and I think if you look at how he's worked around these injuries, like we didn't have our MVP caliber quarterback pretty much this entire season, and we still damn near made the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So I think you got to give Zach a lot of credit for that. As far as like the Bengals fans, I see it's mixed. I see people every time he call a play and it don't work, you know, they on the play call. You feel me? Why would you run it there? Why would you pass it there? And it's just the opposite. Whatever he do, if it don't work, it's the play call.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, speaking of play calls, I know Brian Callahan has just become the head coach of the Tennessee Titans.
Yeah,
do you think there's going to have a big impact there in terms of his loss, or do you think they have the depth in the organization to replace him?
Here's why it's hard to say. I think we do have the depth, but it's hard to say because, and this is another thing, I don't want to go too in depth with it, but this question leads into it. The play calling thing it's a team effort. It's like it's Zach Taylor, Callahan, and multiple offensive coaches. It's like a soup. So we really don't know who's sending in what play. You know what I'm saying? So now that Callahan's gone, we're gonna see how big of a role he played in that. And I know he played a big role, but we got Dan Pitcher, who was right behind him, who was the quarterback coach for the last 5-6 years. He's sliding right into that role, and he was the third down guy anyway. He called the third down plays. Dan Pitcher. So he's got experience already. He's already been working with Burrow, has a relationship with him. Also, is the one who kind of manufactured that the change in our offense for Jake Browning. You feel me? And next year, we're hoping that they're gonna incorporate more of like the play action stuff and all of that you saw with Jake. And the word was coming into the season that that's what they was gonna do from jump with Burrow. But what happened was he hurt his damn calf and he couldn't move. So then we had to go back to like 100% shotgun, and again, just them trying to adjust and work around the injury.
Yeah, those little things.
It messed us up.
That's the other thing that like people always they complain about play calling or whatever. It's like, you have to execute unless it's like a sneak on third and on your own 2-yard line, you're Joe fucking Judge. Like play calling is like these guys know what they're doing. They have a set list of plays for that situation, and they're gonna pull one out. And a lot of times it's whatever the quarterback sees. Like if they say if you see this, do that, and then all it takes is one person to mess up and the whole play is done. So I don't always like. I used to put a lot of stock on play calling, but to me, it's more about execution.
I agree. Where I do put stock on play calling is certain, like, philosophies and tendencies. For instance, like I hate running the ball on second and long. Like, just don't do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Right. For my team, you know what I'm saying? If you're the Ravens, man, you might get 12 yards on that. Me, I know we're gonna get 4. At max, we're gonna get 4 yards.
Right. Yeah, based on your personnel.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the Chiefs, if you have Isaiah Pacheco, like you could probably get a 15-yard run on second.
Yeah, and with the blocking scheme for the Chiefs and the fact that everybody is scared of Mahomes, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I think Pacheco's cool. I don't think he's amazing in that.
Yeah. All right. Before we get your Super Bowl prediction, I got to thank Jake Browning for giving us all this. Ooh, thank you.
Yeah.
That is his girlfriend in the booth, just wearing, like, who wears a bodysuit to a game? That's just thirst right there.
I seen that. I was like, okay, kind of go viral.
I'm not hating, though. Just enjoy it for what it is. All right.
Super Bowl keep that up and get rid of my face.
Yeah. Like, can we get some more viewers here?
Right.
This is for charity. Who you got in this
man?
It's better for me.
It's funny. I was just listening to y'all last to the interview with the editor, and I was like, damn, I hadn't even thought about that. Like, I don't even, because I'm not really excited about the Super Bowl, but I'm gonna go with the Chiefs because I think the AFC is just better right now. Like, if you look at all the AFC teams the 49ers played, boy, they was getting drugged. I think they lost our whole division.
Steelers, they crushed the Steelers.
Oh, they beat y'all?
But they did lose to the Bengals, though. They had that weird streak where they were without Debo and Trent, so they lost to you and the Browns. Yeah. And then the Ravens just smacked them.
Yeah, and then the Ravens smacked them later. So I think the Chiefs defense is better than what I gave them credit for all season, because I was just like, wait till I see them against a real team. They're gonna get cooked, like, you know what I'm saying? But because that's what happened to like the Bills defenses and all the defense these past few years. But I think they're a little bit better than what I thought. So I got the Chiefs, man. I'm gonna take the Chiefs 27-20.
27-20. All
Yeah,
right.
but I have no rooting interest. I don't really care.
Let's cash these receipts real quick from last year. You said that the Eagles would win 24-21. Wrong. Wrong.
Yeah.
All right. What do you want to promote before you head on out? And thanks again for stopping by.
Nothing really, man. I mean, if you know what I'm saying, I'm happy to be here. Came through the support. Flemlo Raps everywhere. If you want to watch some of my videos, they will be there, and they hard. I'm editing one right now.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, I got to stream all day, and I'm like behind on production. Like,
Dude,
what?
same here.
Yeah,
I just I'm finishing up a vid myself.
Sacrificing.
I was wondering how y'all baked this into y'all schedule. Like,
yes,
I was doing it last night. I'm like, oh, I need to finish. I'm like, crap. I have an 8-hour stream.
Yeah, and then I've got like, for me, you know, my father just passed, so I've got like funeral arrangement. Like, it's just crazy. Like, you know, but like, yeah, whatever. Like, life is life. You just
life is life, bro.
And it just bothers you, and you're just like, whatever. But then you're like this, and you're just like, okay, I'm fine.
I can do it.
Yeah, I can deal. Like, I'm still alive. I'm still got my facilities here. But wonderful to see you again. And I'm glad that you could stop on by.
Already, man.
All right.
I'll let y'all
Love
know.
you. Absolutely. All right.
Peace.
Love you.
Peace out, man.
Late.